So her name is Dr. Stacy, last name Turner. So let's read on her. She was appointed ME in November 2021. She has faced intense scrutiny for frequently ruling the suspicious death of black men as undetermined. Critics, including forensic experts, argue her findings in cases such as Damian Cameron's, which contradicted independent reviews calling it a homicide. She's problematic. Is that why they chose her? Is she a black woman? It looks like she might be a black woman. I don't know. Who is she? I don't see her. I don't see her. Okay, hold on. Let me write it. Because I like to get these people's faces in my view so that I can focus on their energy. Oh, nope, she's not a black woman. Okay. Um, and she's got a lot of cases that she has messed up. Oh my God. She keeps bungling and mishandling them. So these have got to be on purpose. Oh, girl, you finna lose your job. Let's look at this lady. Let's look at this lady. No, they removed all his organs. And yeah, yeah. They removed all his organs because I watched the reading of the autopsy by Ben Crump earlier during the NAACP thing, and so he read it exactly, and then I also read it myself, and um, they took all the organs, which is a normal thing apparently. But what wasn't normal is that oh no, she does not get my purples. Nope, sweetheart, you do not get my purples. Um, she she removed all the organs. She removed the trachea. She removed basically all the internal throat organs. Um, she also removed, and somebody pointed out that it was his throat chakra she removed. Oh my God, what? It was his throat chakra? So she removed that. She removed his brain. She removed his stomach and his lungs. So basically, for a potential death of drowning, she removed everything that could tell you yes or no. And they didn't let the other ME know that he was arriving with an empty cavity. Because as I was reading from other MEs, they said procedure is you do what you do. You take samples, you take tissue samples and whatnot, and then you bag it up, you put it back in, and then you send it to, the next ME. Or you at least share your pictures with them. They didn't do that. She did not do that. And considering this isn't her first bungle, she's only been ME for 5 years, and she has mishandled 4 black boy cases. I don't know anybody else. I'm just looking at what they looked up. She has mishandled 4 black boy cases. Yeah, there's no info whatsoever. And like I said, if it here's my take on it, my human take. I'm not going in this thing, right? But here's my human take on it is considering how high emotive this case was from day one. If she would have found water in the lungs or water-logged throat, I think she would have went, yep, it is preliminary drowning. That's how I feel it would have been. Hey, girl. That's how I feel it would have been because it would have wrapped it up, right? Like, yeah, it's done. We're proven. They didn't kill him. And if they did, you can't prove it because he drowned. Like I think she would have like easily said, preliminary reports are he drowned. There was water on the lungs, right? She didn't say any of that. So she's had this boy body for almost 3 weeks. Almost 3 weeks. And honestly, here's the thing, and I hate to say it this way. Well, I'm going to say it the way that I say it. Like I say, spiritual absolute. So every negative gets to be turned into something that is spiritually beneficial. I think that's what this Nolan case is about, is that because we're in a reckoning period, right? We're in such a reckoning period. And I think this is her reckoning. This is her reckoning. And unfortunately, somebody had to lose their life. She didn't have anything to do with that. So I'm not saying that she did, but she's going to lose her job. Like, I feel that. I feel certain. She's about to lose her job. Why? Because she can't be trusted. She's bungled up too many cases. And I think they're going to relook at her other cases. Because now all this is doing is, you know how you sweep dirt up under the rug? But when your floor gets flooded, what happens to that dirt? It now becomes mud and it gets everywhere. I'm not getting into all that Mason stuff and whatever. I'm not getting into all of that. My spirituality doesn't go that far. I don't do all that. My granddaddy was a Freemason. My grandmother was an Eastern Star. I don't get into all of that. But one thing I do feel certain is that Nolan's death is Emmett Till Part 2. And it's just, I told you, like, and we talked about this over and over again, like, every bit of America's sins are here to be reckoned with. You know, every part of America's sins are here to be reckoned with. And we're back to Emmett Till. That didn't get handled correctly. So now that's back up. Even to the point of them using a white woman in the story, like Emmett Till almost. Like, no, he was talking to this girl, and I'm like, what? Exactly. Carly, like, seriously, we're here. And I'm like, what? What? So it just really feels like some karmic energy here. Like, I don't want to get into voodoo, whatever. But the fact that the Queen of Swords is here, it's the right one. It's the right mother. And I don't mean for her to have a loss, but I mean because she will have a voice. And she's going to make stuff happen. And so this Queen of Wands feels like the mom in this situation. And she's powerful. She's bringing light. She's shining light through her pain. And it's so interesting watching her. Now, mind you, everybody has grief differently. But you're watching her, and she put on a big event too for her son's homegoing and whatever. But you're watching her, and you hear her voice breaking, and you see the tears, and you know, she'll have a moment of smiling, and then she'll just drop back down, and then, you know, and it's like, that's grief. That's grief. To the point where T.O. or Terrell Owens, like when he was talking to Don Lemon about it, he was just so broken up. He was like, they asked me to stand with them, and I did, and he said, by the end of that, I was moved. I'm putting up 25,000 so we can get the answers, because he felt so choked up by the answers, by the questions. And here's the thing: there's Temperance, and Temperance is here. Y'all know when I see Temperance, Temperance is like the spirit world, God, universe, heaven, saying, "We finna put this back together. We're gonna put this back together." Okay, so we got the Hanged One, and this is essentially like, ooh. I don't like how that's said. Because it's just reminding me of lynchings, right? Because we actually have some lynchings going on too this year. We actually have a few kids who have been lynched. There's a girl who was just lynched in Miami last month. There was a boy lynched earlier this summer. There was another boy lynched last fall. There was another boy lynched, I think, in February. So there's been some lynchings of the young black people. And they're all being ruled as suicide. Black people don't do that. Like, we really rarely ever, really, really, rarely ever do that. It's just, mm-mm. So that's been happening. And I'm really hoping it's not initiations, You know what I mean? Because the clan will rise again is what I'm hearing. You know, that kind of thing. Because again, every bit of America's sins is being repeated so that we could deal with it. There's some heavy energy. Okay. So, I really don't want to think of it as the hanged one like that. Um, but, you know, this card is also about getting a new perspective, seeing things from a different point of view. And here is the community card. So this is rallying the community. This is giving the community the chance to get it right. This is the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is about leadership, legality, um, rightness, truth. So this is a chance for this to actually happen, for there to be consequences for actions that have taken place. And like I told you, there is a temperance card here that's saying, we're going to fix this. We're balancing this out. It's been tipped a little too heavy on one side. We have things to balance out. You thought of initiation too. Okay. I don't want to read on that tonight. Not yet. No, I don't. But just like spirituality has been activated against the greed and the corruption and the cannibalism of people, financially, um, so too has the other people. So we also have the sun. Um, so things are being revealed. Things are coming to light. Things are having to be dealt with. Um, and in this case, it's a SON too. Her son being held up for all to see, um, about what is happening. Now, this said, I haven't gotten into Stacy yet. Y'all should see Stacy. I'm going to show you Stacy real quick. Do, 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 do. That's Stacy. It's really interesting. They got some videos out on her already, on the TikTok it looks like, or on the Instagram. So that's Stacy. And then these are the four boys she has bungled. Four young men. A pattern, of course. She's ruled them all undetermined, inconclusive, or nothing to see here. That's Stacy. Um, and I also think she's hired for her ineptitude. Like, I really do think she is definitely hired for her ineptitude. And it's really interesting that a news station put out that rough picture on the left. So here's the thing, is that there has been escaping judgment for far too long. And it's really interesting that that comes after the sun to point this out, especially after the temperance. So this right here is, yes, I'm feeling issues, like issues, issues. Because, I mean, on one hand, I think you kind of got to have issues to do this job because you literally have to carve a human being. I think you have to have issues for this job. Oh, like you gotta be Dexter, you know? But it's a weird job, bro. It's one I can't do. I can't be a butcher or and medical examiner. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. So there's this judgment. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I just felt this stab of doubt. Like, oh, I don't know if I'm get out of this one. Especially because she's being highlighted, where she really wasn't being highlighted with the other ones. Oh, my face is getting hot. Okay. Um, and then we have this Five of Wands in reverse. It's like trying to get out of it, not playing the game the right way, not following the rules, too many hands being in it. Um, But there's a stop here. There's a block now that's saying you're not going to do it. Is she getting paid? Yes, absolutely. She's getting paid to do a really bad job putting things together on purpose. She's getting paid to taint stuff so that it can't be used. So there's definitely a manipulation behind the deck here. But here's the thing. This is the right case because this one's not going anywhere. The Hermit is here. It's examining everything. And the problem is, it's going to drag up all of her other cases. As I said, they're putting out these 4 boys. So it is going to drag up all of her cases, especially those that we deal with Black people. And we're going to see what this is right here. This is interesting. Okay. So plans are being disrupted. They thought they were going to just get away with it. Who is they? The judge, them, whatever. They wanted to sweep it under. But here's the thing. Internet is faster than you, baby. The internet is way faster than you, especially when they find interest in something. So those 8 of Wands, man, people are putting their own story together. And if you don't tell part of the story, they're going to keep coloring in the picture until they get what they want to see. And one thing is for sure. We know the devil is here in this particular thing. It don't smell right. And we know that this devil is, of course, man-made. So it's just your fingers. It's you are manipulating. You are behind the scenes. You're pulling the strings type of thing. And so there's definitely a choice here. And this choice is that y'all made the bad choice. You made the bad choice. What's the bad choice? You not being upfront. It's smokes and mirrors and clouds and stuff. And then you got Mama Dear, what you call it, stepmama trying to throw her weight around as a judge with the little X and bars flag in the background that Mississippi doesn't even use anymore. So this is extremely, extremely interesting because the Chariot, see, they went and got the big dogs. And it's going to be a lot of work. This isn't a car, this is a bicycle. So it's going to require some effort, some work, and it's going to work. But here's the thing. We got the 2 of Cups here. Again, I usually look at the 2 of Cups like a break in the social contract. Social contract is you're supposed to be treating us all the same, right? And it's a shame when people have to go, but it's Mississippi. You should not have that as a state, but it's Mississippi. You know what I mean? So that is a damn shame. But whatever y'all are doing, whatever little funny things that they're doing, it's not going to wash and it's not going to stand because it is being examined. And who do they have as a lawyer? He sucks at talking. His brain works, I think, faster than his mouth does. But they got Ben Crump. And Ben Crump has got this on all the major news sites because now they have Mace on the Grace, not Mace. God, why do they keep naming their kids the same thing? Grace on the case, okay? And so what's going to happen? The things they thought they deaded or that they hid or whatever, guess what? There are other people who know how this game works. There are other people who have power here. And you're about to see something new that has not happened before. And this may mean that you're getting in the way with blockades and stuff and trying to prevent punishments from getting consequences. But these secrets are going to get out. The secrets of the machinations that went behind the scenes, the secrets of how this boy's life was ended, and the secrets of these friends who tried to pretend like everything was all good. But there's nothing new that's going to happen here because the world is going to end because this is divine. This is spiritual reckoning. Like this is pay the piper time. And it might be a certain case now. Ooh. Oh, them leaks are coming. Oh my God, the leaks are coming. The proof is in the pudding. Oh. Oh. Straight up, no tell do you really wanna? And then they're gonna try to come and block it. They're gonna try to hide it. They're gonna try to block it. They're going to try and manipulate the situation. This is one of those families with their dad. I don't know anything about the dads. I know the mom, stepmom, but these are people who are going to try to intimidate others, emotionally intimidate, threaten, but they won't be threatened. This is the Eight of Swords in reverse. They're not going to be threatened. In fact, they're going to refuse the emotional intimidation. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. This is really interesting. Okay. This just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Yeah, this is what's going to make it take a long time, right? Because we have the Two of Swords. Um, this feels like the people who might be called as witnesses, like not wanting to, or being intimidated or being threatened and not wanting to step forward. Um, but there will be some success. This is just an up and down type of thing. Yeah, this is an up and down type of thing. Joy Reid had an interview earlier too. With who? Girl, when he talk, you have to close your eyes. Oh man. Okay. Good night, boo. Um, it just feels like up and down, up and down, up and down with the case. There's going to be some successes, some failures, or not failures, but some like step backs. But I will say, it doesn't feel like the case itself is weak. It feels like the defense is going to be weak. But the money will get thrown around. You, okay, I don't see a Six of Swords. I was about to say, I feel like they're going to try to get this boy out of town. I know they moved him out of state already. They're not going to be able to get away. Okay. I'm just going to show the rest of the cards. I'm not going to tell the rest of the story necessarily. Because just know that it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, right? There's going to be people putting their hands in there like they're already doing and stuff like that. But the Seven of Swords is you will face consequences. Okay? So again, emotional manipulation, probably going to take to the MAGA airwaves or something. The hidden agenda, though, will become apparent when the damning evidence comes out. And it's really interesting. I think some people are going to be called on their lies that they've already told. But justice is right here. Justice is right here. It's just going to be a long wait, is how it's going to appear. It's a long wait. There's heartbreak, and the family will finally have rest, because they will have done everything that they have tried to do, and then they'll be able to celebrate their son with the truth, and the sentence will get handed down, and he can rest in death. I just couldn't imagine being a 19-year-old or 18-year-old to have my entire life to think about the person I took their life. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. Okay. She's been in other states. Oh my gosh. I wonder what her track record is in them other states. Oh my gosh. And they're all southern. Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Kentucky, Texas. All problematic southern states. All right. Let me look at her real quick though. Show me Stacy. Can you show me Stacy, please? Ooh. She is following orders. Two of Swords. She is following orders. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to write? What do you want me to do? There's definitely a secret here. This is the energy underneath a secret here. The law in negative, following negative law. negative aspect, the shadow of the law right behind it. And that would be like the sheriff, for instance. Nothing to see here. And then his little false offer. He drowned. Yeah? Oh, yeah? Okay, then let us see the evidence. Um, and it's like trying to come off as like, we're doing everything that we can. We really are. However, what you're portraying is not what you're doing, because look at what came behind it. The fact that you are adding to this family's heartbreak by trying to, and it's not beyond me that it goes from 2 to 3, but like I won't say committing treason, but I'll say that you're breaking the law. You're adding heartbreak to this family's life by not being forthright, not telling them what happened, not letting them find peace. And the thing is, it's going to cost you your job. I just know it. Let's see if it will, but it's going to cost her job. I can tell it. I can feel it. All right. So what's in the past? Oh, that's too much. But again, that's not too much. It's only 3. Okay. So again, magician energy here. 6 of Swords. Huh. This feels like she tried to get out of it, but she couldn't. I guess once they said second Emmy, it was like, oh shit. Because the other families, they didn't have the money to fight. This one, because of how fast it took off on social media, they do. Colin Kaepernick put up the money to get it done. Look at this. She is a sneaky little bitch. Very sneaky. She makes shit up in the computer. She is very sneaky. Look at how she puts this junk together. She just sews together whatever she wants. And she's been getting away with it. She's been able to get away with it in the past. No longer. Because now things are starting to turn. Oh, wait. Okay. So now things are starting to turn. So that's how it was for her in her past. How is she feeling right now? Stacy, are you smiling right now? Do you have a smile in your heart this past couple of weeks? Are you feeling really good now? How are you feeling, Stacy? What is currently in your energy? What is currently in your energy? Ooh, I knew I was going to see this card. I knew I was going to see this card. Look at this. There's the anxious energy, 9 of Swords. This lady is popping tums or something, because the thing that hit the table is the Queen of Pentacles. Again, she got to sew this stuff together. She got to pull this and pull that and try to make up a story that is going to be believable. That's not going to work this time. She is anxious. She's trying to put that together. Oh my goodness. She ain't feeling it. Okay, so what is in the background? What is what I call the computer programming running in the back? Whoa. Okay. Again, the delusions, wrong choices, trying to sell tickets to a bridge over ice water. It's the fact that the kid is dead, but it's also the fact that things are not going as planned. So, she can't handle it. She can't handle it. She's asking people what to do. She's asking people, and I'm hearing like, keep cool, keep cool. That was a 3 of Pentacles in reverse. But now we have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. They are working so hard to create something different, to put, because remember, her report is due. Like, her preliminary report is past due. And then, like, the fact that the sheriff office or whatever, they didn't talk to the mom within 72 hours like they were supposed to, you know, to give a person like an update, like, hey, we ain't got nothing yet or whatever. It took them until they met with them last Friday for that to happen. So over a week. Um, so they're working so freaking hard right now. So the impact or the lesson to be learned is you got to work this time and you got to cross your T's and dot your I's, but the people are after you. And this is bigger than you know. This is bigger than you think. This is magician energy, so this manifestation. People are getting what they want. This is not your normal case. This is not your normal case. So what is going to be her outcome? This is 8 of Wands, but what else? Oh, isolation and Knight of Cups. I'm not sure here. Because I get sold a bill of goods. So it's like, I think they're telling her that she's going to be okay. Like, they're like, you're good. I think they're telling her she's going to be okay. Oh, the MSMs are talking about it. Once Nancy hit it, listen, this case ain't going nowhere. But this right here, the hermit, this is what I'm saying. I think they're lying to her. They're telling her that they got her back, but she's going to be out there by herself. She's going to be isolated and out there by herself. Anything else as far as her outcome? Ooh, no. Don't do that. But I know, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Boom. You knew it was coming. You knew the tower was coming. So we got a full card. She's in some unprecedented territory. And that shit, this happened faster than she knows. She was feeling good on 4th of July. When I say that chick was feeling good on the 4th. It said, sorry for you. Nope. Everything that you used to do is now in reverse. And this hangman says, you cannot pass go. You cannot collect $100. You are going to have to pay the piper this time. She's not getting out of this. She's not getting out of this. That lady's going to be disbarred or whatever the answers are to that as a medical whatever, if she's medical. I don't know. I think they say you don't even have to study that long. Like she took this job, because I got a sense of poverty with her. So it feels like she took this job to not be in poverty. You see? Yeah. I get a sense of poverty with her. So, yeah. Well, you're going to learn something new today. Okay. So let me, it's not really the family. Will justice be served with him? Will we know the truth? Will there be someone who steps up?